Good afternoon. In this video, I want to deal with a verse that can be particularly tricky to defend for King James Bible believers. First Timothy 6:10. Now, all the modern versions have changed this because they don't know what it really says. But a lot of King James defenders will also defend it incorrectly, and they'll get bogged down trying to defend an untenable position that the love of money is the root of all evil, moral evil, and therefore you have a lot of guys who try to trace, love of money to every type of evil, which is impossible. The fact is that a lot of evils, moral evils, are not committed for the love of money; they're committed for other purposes. For instance, in Isaiah 13:17, we have the Chaldeans coming in. Isaiah 13:17. And we have to remember the two definitions of evil, and that's the crucial point here. But Isaiah 13:17 reads, let's see here. Behold, I will stir up the Medes against them, which shall not regard silver, and as for gold, they shall not delight in it. So there are issues where evil will occur that the people are not doing it for the love of money, but for other purposes, like power, for instance. So look at 1 Timothy 6, starting with verse 9, and that will give us the answer to this, what evil means in this passage. But they shall not, but they that will be rich fall into temptation and a snare, and into many foolish and hurtful lusts, which drown men in destruction and perdition. That's what the evil we're looking at here: destruction and perdition. For the love of money is the root of all evil. The evil there is the same type of evil that's described in Isaiah 47:5. The evil that God He creates, not moral evil, but evil as destruction and judgment, and that's what we have here. And the all there is not every. The all there is complete and total. If we go to Matthew 28, Christ says that all power is given unto him. That doesn't mean every power; it means complete power, total power. 28. Let's see here. 28:18. And Jesus came and spake unto him, saying, all power is given unto me in heaven and in earth. He's not saying every power, but he's saying total and complete power. So really, 1 Timothy 6:10 is talking about the destruction, the evil that will come unto a man who has a love for money. And it goes on to say, well, which some coveted after they have erred from the faith and pierced themselves through with many sorrows. So the evil there is not talking about moral evil. And a lot of King James Bible defenders will try to defend that evil as some type of moral evil. It's speaking of evil in the sense of destruction and the judgment that falls on a person. So a man who's caught up in the love of money is going to end up destroying himself and fall into these type of judgments, and it result in a complete destruction of that man, which is talking about later on in the verse. So again, this is 1 Timothy 6:10. The modern versions change it because then they think that the evil there is referring to a moral evil, so they say all kinds of evil and things like that. But it's talking about the particular evil that happens, a particular destruction, a particular judgment that falls on a man who has the love of money. He will eventually he will destroy himself. In fact, the Lord talks about it's how difficult it is for a man who has a love of money to even get into heaven because he doesn't think he needs anything. So just beware of that verse. 1 Timothy 6:10 is not speaking of evil in the sense of a moral evil. It's speaking of evil in the sense of how God describes that in Isaiah 45:7. And let me show you, 45:7, that God creates darkness and evil. God didn't create moral evil. He created evil and destruction and judgment, punishment. And that's the evil talking about and spoken about in Isaiah 45:7. Let's see. And of course, 1 Timothy 6:9, it says that destruction and petition. For Isaiah 45:7. Yes, I form the light and create darkness. I make peace and create evil. So the opposite of peace there would be war, destruction, violence. and I, the Lord, do all these things. And of course, Lord, He formed the light, and He created darkness. He separated darkness from the light. But the first darkness that came in the universe was a spiritual darkness, which is from the false Satan. And the first evil that came in the universe was from Satan. That was a moral evil. And God created an evil to judge that type of evil. So 1 Timothy 6:10 is not speaking about the evil there, is not speaking about moral evil. It's speaking about destruction, the judgment that falls on a man who has a love of money. And the all there is not speaking about every, it's speaking about complete and total. And that again, this is something just to beware of a trap that can be set by those who attack the King James Bible and misread that verse. They've changed the verse in the modern versions because they don't understand it. And very often King James Bible defenders, they don't understand it either. And they defend it trying to say that it's referring to moral evils, and then try to get into a defense of that verse by saying that all evils, every evil can be traced to the love of money, which of course it can't. Amen. Thank you.